We are ready for question 3. I kept question 2 on the screen because we are going to see that they're actually very similar questions. Question 3, we are requested to write the equation of a line passing through a point 1, 1 and being perpendicular to a line y equals minus 3x plus 1. So we can see immediately that the passing through a point condition is the same we had for question 2. Yeah, we had that the point for question 2 was a 0.16. And now we have a 0.11. So in that sense, they are similar. For question 2, the slope was given. It says that the equation has a slope 2. And here it is given. It's just that it's given in a way that you have to do a little bit of work. It says that it's perpendicular to the line y equals negative 3x plus 1. So let's see. What do we know about perpendicular lines? Well, we have perpendicular lines. We have a relationship. If we have a line with the slope m, then we know how to find the slope of the perpendicular line. So this is line L, this is slope, and this is line perpendicular to L. It's going to have a slope minus the reciprocal of m, so 1 over m, so the negative reciprocal of m. In this case, the line that they give us has slope negative 3. Yeah, it's the number multiplying x over here. So the perpendicular line, the one we are looking for, has to have a slope negative 1 over negative 3. And because we have negative, that's the same as saying a third. So we do know the slope. It was hiding there, but the slope is 1/3. From now on, the question is exactly like it was question 2. We know that the equation is going to be y equals a third, because that's the slope of x, plus some value b that we don't know. The y-intercept doesn't have to be the same as it was the y-intercept of the perpendicular line. That's a common mistake, but there is no reason to believe that. But as we did before, if we know everything but the y-intercept, so we know the slope and we know one point, the 0.11 is telling us that when x is 1, the y is 1 as well. We can then substitute that information here and say that 1 has to be the same as a third times 1 plus b. So 1 is the same as a third plus b. So subtracting a third from both sides, we're going to get that 1 minus 1/3 has to be the same as b. So b is 1 minus 1/3, that's 2/3. So y is equal to a third of x plus 2/3, and that's the equation we were looking for. And we're ready for question 4, the last one of the basic questions we're going to solve in this series of videos. We want to write the equation of a line, and we know 2 points that belong to that line. Well, as in the other 2 examples, really what we want to do, first of all, is to find the gradient or slope m of the line. And we can do that because we have a formula. We know that the slope is given by the y step divided by the x step. So that means that we have to look at the difference between the y coordinates, so between 1 and 6, 1 minus 6, and divided by the difference between the x coordinates, so between 2 and negative 1, 2 minus negative 1. So this is negative 5 on the numerator and 3 in the denominator. So we can write negative 5 over 3. So that is the slope of the line we want to write the equation of. So far we know that y is going to be negative 5 over 3x plus some number b. Well, I hope by now this situation looks familiar to you. We want to write the equation of a line. We know the slope. We're missing the y-intercept. We just need to pick one of our points. Let's say I'll pick the point 2, 1. And then this is telling us that when x is 2, then y has to be 1. So we substitute that information in our equation. we are saying that 1 has to be the same as negative 5 over 3 times 2 plus b. So we are saying that 1 is the same as, I'm multiplying here, negative 5 multiplied by 2 is negative 10 over 3 plus b. And to isolate b, I need to sum 10 over 3 on both sides. So 1 plus 10 over 3 has to be the same as b. Taking common denominator, instead of writing 1, we can write 3 over 3 plus 10 over 3. That's 13 over 3. Yes, I'm assuming that you can do operations with fractions. You should be able at this point. So we can now write the equation of the line y is equal to negative 5 over 3x plus 13 over 3.